Hey guys and gals, this is Psionic Arrow, and I'm doing a little update video as well as a video on the FCM 50T French Tier VIII Premium Heavy Tank. So first, the update. Chinese tanks have been removed. They've been pushed out of the 8.2 update, and they'll be coming in a future update, maybe 8.3. Who knows? But at least the 8.2 update has the there's the premium tanks for the French and British, as well as the new auto-loading American tanks, or the American tank line, auto-loading American tank line, excluding the T21 at Tier 6. Alright, so back to the FCM 50T. This is a Tier 8 French heavy tank. It'll cost you 12,500 gold, so that would be the same amount as the Lion. And actually, I kind of think that this guy plays a little bit similarly to the Lion. But I'll talk about that in a replay or in a bit after this. So first of all, we've got 1,500 hit points. It weighs about 55 tons with a 1,000 horsepower engine. And that gives it great speed. It's got 51 km/h speed limit. It gets up to that pretty quickly. It's got great acceleration. 40 degrees of track traverse. That's pretty good. And 36 degrees of turret traverse. So you can do a little bit of circling with this tank. It's not that great, and I can show you. I'll do a little bit of that in one of the upcoming replays. So the armor, 120 on the front of the turret and the hull, 80 on the side of the turret and the hull, alright, and 80 on the back of the hull and 60 on the back of the turret. That's not too good. You can get some bounces, particularly on the front plate, but it is not going to be as angled as the ARL-44. The turret over here reminds me of the stock turret on the Tiger II, with a little bit of additional armor on the front. It has a 400 meter view range and a 750 meter signal range. And well, let's take a look at the gun. This is the 90mm DCA-45, which is on the ARL-44 and the AMX M4 1945. However, this one has an 8 round per minute rate of fire, so it reloads in about 6 to 7 seconds with my current setup. 212mm of average penetration, 240 damage, with a 0.36 accuracy and 2.3 seconds of aiming time. Now, what separates this tank from the other two French heavy tanks at Tier 6 and 7 is this right here. It is able to equip a vertical stabilizer. This piece of equipment is not available for the ARL-44 and the AMX M4 1945. So this is a very fast tank, and I find that the playstyle is very similar to the ARL-44 mixed with the AMX M4 1945. And it can also do some long-range sniping, kind of like the Lion. Now, let's take a look at the other two tanks right here, the French. You can see the front plate is very similar to the ARL-44. The track design as well, very similar. Obviously, this is a Tier 6, so it's not going to be very comparable. It does have the same frontal hull armor, 120, but you can see on the ARL, the slope on the front of the hull, it's got quite a bit more angle than on the FCM, which is, not as much. Same armor, so you won't be expecting the same kind of bounces you get on the ARL-44. And you'll be going against higher tier tanks. Now, I played a couple of games in this thing, and I'm not sure if they've done the same thing with, similarly to the KV-5, Super Pershing, Jagdtiger 8.8, those kinds of tanks, Type 59, where this guy will not face tier 10s. I have not faced any Tier 10s in this guide yet. I have faced against Tier 9s, so maybe it's got the same kind of matchmaking as those other medium tanks and the KV-5. However, with 212 millimeters of penetration, I wouldn't mind. I mean, it's not that it won't be too bad if you do get into Tier 10 matches because you can do damage to them. Now you can see here on the AMX M4 1945, it does have a little bit of a different layout, but the gun is a little bit more similar in stats. So this guy has a 7 round per minute rate of fire and 2.9 seconds of aiming time. Yeah, but you can see this guy's hull armor not as good as the ARL or the FCM M50T. Alright, so you can see from the side the majority of the tank, excluding the hull, excluding the turret, is the track, and actually this quite angled piece of armor right here. It's not really a skirt, it's just something to protect you from an artillery shell landing over here, but obviously it's not going to do too much protecting. Engine is at the back. I have not seen engine damage caused to me from the front, so that is kind of a relief coming from the German tanks. Commander's hatch. It is pretty big on this thing, like German tanks. Actually, if I scroll over to the... Oops, that's the wrong way. Tiger II. Let's see if I can't put on this guy. Okay. So it kind of looks like the Tiger II's turret with the commander's hatch on the other side. So the commander's hatch is actually larger than on the Tiger II's. And the sides are not as angled, but it is of similar design. Alright. I've got 100% crew here. They're all training and repairs, but that doesn't really matter in this sort of game. What did I put? I put a large caliber tank gun rammer and an improved ventilation, class 3 of course. 73 armor piercing rounds, 18 premium. Never had to use a premium yet, but if you do want to use it, 4,000 credits per shot. Otherwise, it's 255 per shot on the regular one. So we can take a look. If you're using the premium ammo, you get 259 millimeters of penetration. But at 212, I don't find that there's really much that'll bounce off you unless you're not aiming for weak spots on a tier 9 or 10 tank. Okay, so the track's over here, similar to the ARL, except it doesn't protrude out the front of the tank as much, and of course the turret is on the front of the tank, which means you'll be able to peek out of a corner much more easily, and you won't get tracked as often. Well, you'll be tracked, but it'll be on the same amount as other tanks. Alright. So let's get into a couple of replays. Okay, so this is the map Fjords on a standard battle, and I'm in the FCM 50T. I'm going to show some of the hill climbing on this guy by going up this way, in this direction. Of course, only 2 tanks went up this way, so I'm going to tell you right now, well, we lost this match, but I do show off some brawling in this tank, which doesn't really happen in most of my other games. You can see here, climbing up a moderate slope, you do still get about 28 to 30 kilometers per hour. And soon we'll be going up an even steeper slope, and we'll see the speed on that. Alright, so drops down to about 20 when you're going up here. You know, 17, 16. So it does go up a hill in an okay amount of time. Going downhill, of course, you reach the speed limit immediately, pretty much. And I'm going to post up over here and show off some of the accuracy. Actually, no, not over here. I'm going to move up a little bit more forward, in a more forward position. Yak Tiger 8.8. Here we go. Aiming, not too bad. Obviously, I have a vertical stabilizer. Missed my first shot. Not good. Alright, there's the Yak Tiger. Take aim. He just happened to be angled enough to bounce my shot, but that's okay. I get in several more good shots on him. And if you can hear the cannon sounds, they've actually been updated from patch 8. They sound, they've got a more variety in their sound, is what I should say. Okay, another FCM 50T, 50 ton. Nope, can't hit him. SU-101? Nah, couldn't hit him either. Looks like he spotted me, yep. There he goes. He's not gonna survive this one though. And hopefully I can get this 50 ton out of the way. Oh, no. Alright. KV-13 is messing with my teammate over there. Oh, and the Yak Tiger turned around. I lose sight of him. Now I'm all by myself. Most of the team is on the other side. This is not good for me. And, well, I'm just gonna wait here. There's no point in sacrificing myself. And look, there's a Yak Tiger to shoot at from the side. As you can see, the reload speed is pretty good. I can manage to get a second shot into this guy before he gets back into cover. So there, I noticed the tree falling, and a Tiger 2 shows up. And here's where the brawling section of the replay begins. KV-13 showing his back to me. I'll take whatever shots I can. Doesn't look like this Tiger 2 is very interested. Ah, he was waiting for his partner right there. But I missed my shot there. No good.
Looks like that one went right through.
180 damage. I'm not getting the highest of rolls on this guy. But there we go, I got a better roll there. I balanced the shot. And there we go, left him on 7 health. Not doing too well. Full health Tiger 2 against me at 601. So I'm gonna try to aim for the machine gun port there on the front, but I missed. So, not good. There we go. Some brawling being done here. Ouch. Now you can see I'm actually quite a bit faster than the Tiger 2, but his turret is turning really fast. And he managed to take me out. So it looks like we're about to win, but no. The guy on cap just got killed, and that's it. So I'm just going to tell you now we lose, and we'll move on to the next replay. 549 points of experience. 2 kills. Obviously, I got destroyed. Let's see. We've got 58,000 credits earned, or 34,000 with a non-premium account. I did 3,000 plus damage. 22 shots and 19 of them hit. So all in all, pretty good. I got shot 11 times. And well, let's get on to the next replay. Alright, and we're on Live Oak Standard Battle with 4 Tier 9s on both sides, as well as 2 artillery. So in this match, I do quite a bit more sniping. I decided to head over to the train tracks, and look at that, SU-122-54. I'm gonna see if I can't shoot him. There we go. I'm gonna try for a second shot. But right after I shoot, it disappears. I don't know if I hit him or not. Probably not. Didn't look like it. Alright, so this guy, I think, is a pretty good sniper. Not as good as the Lion, but it can reposition far more easily. Alright, so there's a T-54. I managed to hit his tracks. And we're gonna reload in time. Yes. Take him down. There's a T-50-2. Pretty hard tank to hit. Mostly because of how fast the thing is. Alright. He's gonna be coming out. Pre-aim. I think I hit his tracks. And there we go. Managed to hit him at least twice. Although I would have liked to kill him. But that's okay. Looks like this side's moving up, so I'm gonna have to move up as well. Type 62. A little bit worried about him. Aha! There's the Lion. Side shot, no problem for this gun. I'm pretty sure you can penetrate the front of the Lion with this gun as well. Alright, so he's being taken down pretty quickly. And here's where the speed comes in. You can reposition yourself to help out your allies a lot more easily than the Lion. If I was in the Lion, I would not have made it over here to get a shot in on this guy.
Enemy armor is hit.
Obviously that was an extremely high roll. I wasn't expecting to kill the Type 62 in one shot. SU-122-54. Looks like he's tracked. Damn. And of course I'm gonna have to move a little bit, just in case the artillery tries to fire on me. But right now they're running for their lives. Alright, so he's behind the hill. And yes, I did shoot at the hill. That's okay. Just the top of his tank showing. I fire shot, but it looks like it missed, and our own artillery killed the 1390. Right, on the minimap you'll see that the enemy T-50-2 is on our base. So no point in going all the way back there. We're just going to get on the cap. There's no way that that guy can win now, even if he comes all the way back here. There's 2 Tier 9s and 4 Tier 8s waiting for him. And besides the point, the artillery took him out. So, we win this round. Good bit of sniping, and let's look at some stats. 608 points of experience. Obviously, this is doubled, and I'm on a premium account. So, let's see, I got 2 kills. I never got shot at, or never got damaged. I made 38,000 credits on premium, 24,000 if it was not premium, 12 shots fired, 9 of them hit, did only 1,200 damage, so this wasn't an extremely good game, but it was a win, and I showed you some sniping. So, what I think about this tank is, for the price, don't get it. If they revise the amount of gold it takes to purchase this tank, maybe 10,000, I think would be okay. Maybe 11,000. 11,500 maybe. The FCM 50T is not really a great heavy tank comparable to the T-34. The Lion does have the incredible accuracy and a more powerful gun, with more penetration, of course. The T-34 and Lion have more penetration than this guy and more damage. However, they're both quite slow. That's where the FCM 50T gets its thumbs up from me anyway. The speed is very good. If this tank was maybe 11,500 gold and it doesn't have the like it has beneficial matchmaking where it doesn't face off against tier 10 tanks, it might actually be worth getting. I'm not too sure if they're going to change the amount of gold it's going to take. It depends on what people think and what they think will benefit them the most. If this guy does get into tier 10 battles, then it's probably not a very good investment. It does have the penetration to deal with tier 10 tanks, but you're going to have to use a lot more aiming, a lot more strategy than with the Lion and T-34. T-34 has a huge gun. It does damage to anything it shoots at. Lion, it's got the incredible accuracy and it can snipe from all the way back in base. This guy, it's got an okay amount of accuracy. It can snipe from base, but that negates the speed that this thing gets, and that means you're not playing this tank properly. But you can snipe if you need to. So this, I guess this guy could be considered a very mobile sniping tank. So it's a support tank. You're going to be behind. It'll be, a little bit behind the front line tanks. And you'll be sniping at enemy tanks which are being spotted by the front line tanks or scouts. It doesn't have an incredible amount of shell cost, so this could actually turn out to be pretty good. On par with the Type 59 with such a low, was it 255 credits? Type 59 was 252. Both T-34 and Lion have over 1,000 credits per shot. They need to pay over 1,000 credits every time they fire a shot. So this guy does seem to make quite a few credits. And since you don't have to reload on, on expensive ammunition, you can see right here, was it 3,000 credits to replenish the ammo for firing 12 shots. 3,000 over there, probably you can only fire 3 shots maybe in the Lion or the T-34, so you do get quite a bit more credits, and I kind of like that. This is it's kind of an in-between for me. I think it's not worth it, but it is Pretty good credit-making tank, seeing as how ammunition cost is low. It has good penetration, decent accuracy. I mean, it's pretty good. I like the mobility. I can't say that enough. The gun is pretty good. The armor, kind of lacking, but hopefully you won't get into too many situations where you're going to need that armor. As you can see, facing off against a Tiger II was not the best way of doing things. Obviously, he had support, and I didn't. But you can see this tank it's okay for brawling if you've got, teammates to back you up and make sure that they're not shooting you. You can kind of circle them. At least you can maneuver around them, which is what I tried to do with that Tiger II, but didn't manage to actually successfully do that. No buildings to hide around either, so maybe this tank is good in the cities, but I think in a more open terrain where you can use the accuracy of the gun is a much better place for this tank. And I've been talking for quite a bit. I'm going to say my thank yous to you guys for watching this video. Press that like button, leave comments. What do you think about this tank? What do you think about the other tanks? Whatever, 8.2 patch stuff maybe. And I'll see you guys in future videos.